Foster had been to an ear, nose, and throat specialist and found out that he had Meniere's disease or disorder or whatever it is. And Foster and I work together, and I'm very, very dependent upon him. And for like 3 days, he could not get off the couch without just the room spinning and him looking for a trash can to unload in. And he was in terrible, terrible shape and just absolutely could not function, couldn't begin to get into a car. And just got to the point to where the workload was getting so heavy that he had to come in. And so when he came in and he found out, I think he found out about you off of Facebook.
He did. He said he had it, and I just said, hey, I work with people like this.
Yeah. And he was just, he could not move fast at all. And even around the office, when he got to the point to where he could ride in the car, when he finally rode in that one morning and he came in, and he had to sit still in a dark room for like 30 minutes to get things back oriented to where the room would quit spinning, so that he could do things. Couldn't look at a computer screen, couldn't look down at the computer screen, look back up, and the room would start spinning on him. And brought him in that first day. Well, when we got here to the clinic, he was green, because just the drive over 5 miles or so over here, and he was really in bad shape. And I had to help him in. I mean, physically had to walk in with him with my hand underneath his arm to keep him from being upside down in the bushes out front. And brought him in, and I was absolutely amazed 45 minutes later when he walked out of here, and he was probably 80% back to normal. It was just absolutely phenomenal. Completely walking on his own, could look down, could look up. Things didn't spin on him. We got in the car. He got back. When we got back to the office, he was able to go straight back to the computer, sit down, look up at it, and not have have almost none of the symptoms that he had. He had been under the care of the ENT for a week at that point. Had been on lots and lots of very, very strong drugs, and we just saw exponential improvement in just that first 45 minutes. And then as the week went on, by the time he'd been here for that first 3 or 4 days, he was back to normal. And then probably one of the best things about that was the things that you gave him to do afterwards to keep it from coming back, for him to be able to eradicate it, and then for him to be able to, the things that you taught him on how to help him help himself so that he can keep it away. Because he's had a problem with it. He's had a problem with that his whole life. We just didn't know what to call it.
Wow.
And I think that goes back to the fact that Foster had cleft palate when he was born, and had that fixed as best they can do.
Similar to Emmeline.
Yeah, yes, exactly, yeah. And very, very similar to Emmeline's. And so those things are all involved.